marketing path is to lay the groundwork for a brand. So establishing a brand is something we're going to talk about as well. But ultimately, all of your marketing activities, everything you do, will define the brand.
Beth and Harry?
Well, you know, for me, everyone in my family's always had their own business. So I am very sales focused because I want to pay the mortgage and I want to put food on the table. And so I've always looked at marketing as all the things you do in order to sell your product, your service, your idea. And everything that you said, Jim, but it really is more than that. A lot of it are things that you can't really, they're not tangible. And that's, I guess, why I'm in public relations. Because a lot of it is about your relationships. That's marketing. A lot of it is about the way you present your company, yourselves, the way people feel about you. That is all marketing as well. Because it takes really the whole big picture to sell your product, your services, your goods, your idea. And, you know, I've always looked at, you know, I've been focused on making that sale, and whatever I have to do to make that sale, that's part of marketing.
I like to call what you're talking about the marketing mix.
Yeah.
And if an example, a current example today is what Burger King is doing. They have resurrected the King, and you'll notice the King in everything they do. And the King is kind of a throwback to the 70s. They had the King in the 70s, but they brought him back, and they spread him across a lot of different mediums. You know, he's online. He's in advertising, he's in their PR, he's everywhere.
And we all remember wearing the crown.
Right.
So we can relate with it. We remember being kids, putting the crown on, pretending like we were the king.
Right.
Some of us remember.
We didn't have Burger King when I was
Oh, that's when you had to go out and kill the food yourself and go back to the cave.
Very green, very organic.
But I think the key is a well-distributed marketing mix. Burger King, for instance, they went from an almost a near dead brand to the #2 burger brand now behind McDonald's. They've yet to crack McDonald's, but they have really made a huge turnaround in their brand by you know, having a very diverse marketing mix.
Harry, did you want to add something?
Yeah, I like to look at marketing in a different way. Everything you said, I agree with, and that's exactly what it is. However, if you look at take your company and make it a person, all right? So your company's now a person. So marketing is really your reason for being, right? It's your purpose in life. And everything you do is to attract your better half, all right? In this case, your customers. So really, you know, if you put it down into human terms, it's really your personality. It's what your company personality is. And that runs through everything from the CEO to the person that answers the phone, the person that puts the chairs out here, to all those things. Everything affects marketing. And it's a strategy that you should develop. And it should flow all the way through the organization. That's fine.
That's true. So true.
Is everybody with us so far? Can everybody hear us okay? Because we're not really using the microphone, but this room seems to have really good acoustics.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm not using it. I mean, I'm just like over here yelling.
You got that great voice.
It's called a big mouth. Can everybody in the back hear us?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for the signal back there. Thank you. Okay, so that's marketing from a variety of perspectives, all of which equally valid. When you take them all together, they're all saying some of the same things. But what is branding? Branding and a brand is something that a lot of people have a difficult time getting a handle on. They'll say, it's my name, it's my logo. Well, is it that, or is it something larger and harder to define?
I'll be Mr. Dictionary again, but the dictionary says that branding is the promoting of a product or service by identifying it with a brand. A brand is a promise, basically, and every experience you have with a brand should fulfill that promise. Marketing and advertising certainly help define the brand. PR helps define the brand. But basically, you know, how do you answer? You know, it's how you answer the phone. It's things that I think Harry said and Beth said as well. It's how you answer the phone, how you present your persona on social networks. It's how you talk about your company in the elevator. It's all of those things.
And, you know, the thing that I really hope that y'all understand is, you know, a lot of people here with small to mid-sized companies, and I want to tell you, your brand is important. I don't care if you have 2 people in the office. You all have a brand. You need to build that brand. You are Coca-Cola. I'm sitting here looking at their building, and everything that you do, your website, your business card, who you go to lunch with, being a Green Chamber member, all these things define your brand. I want y'all to know that branding applies to you, every single person in here. If you have your company brand, and I'm sure some of you have heard, you know, the younger kids talk about your personal brand. And those are 2 things that we all need to look at, because your company has a brand, and then you personally have a brand that will go with you wherever, whatever company you're with, whatever you're doing.
There's a great website called brandtags.net, and write that down because it's really worth going to see. And what it is, it's managed in such a way that people are able to give comments about brands, and you can't screw it up by voting extra for the brand or whatever, because it does it randomly. So you're able to vote on brands or give an impression of the brand, and so you can see there at brandtags.net what the perception of the brand is, and it's got a bazillion brands in there. And basically, it's interesting that you should check out Comcast, for instance, versus Amazon. Comcast has just horrible, perceptions,
I'm sure that's
where
a big
Amazon
surprise.
has, a lot of words like great, fantastic, a deal, so it's really interesting to check that out. But the reason I say that is because brand perception translates to brand value, and that's bankable. So as Beth said, whether you're a 2-member firm or a 50-member firm, there is value in a brand. So.
Barry?
Well, once again, I'm going to use the person, your company is a person. And basically, it's the clothes you wear, and it's the actions you take. It's the stuff you tell your kids not to do. So their personality or they're perceived in the right way. So you want to do the right things in all cases. Green being one of them, by the way, in this environment, obviously, we need to do that. But again, I think if you look at your company as a human being, you can come up with all kinds of neat parallels with how to handle these things that tend to get kind of convoluted. Branding, marketing, you heard us, it was similar. We talked about similar things there. Marketing, communication, all that. But just think of your company as a living entity. And then how would you like that living entity to appear to attract the right people, your target, to supply it to your